You understand that Esau Edom is not light. Okay, it's not good to be an Edomite. It's good to be a Jacobite, if that was a word. But it's good to be of Jacob, not Esau. So with that, let's go back to that definition. So this is all they did. There wasn't no favoritism, nothing. They were just telling you straight truth. Esau Edom, well, according to the Bible, he's done for. Whoever this nation is. It explains this is why they had to run from that nationality, and they chose to call themselves, to make them feel special. They call themselves whites. All right, there's no such thing as white people. All right, you're red. Edom means red. You can't escape it. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, back to the definition of Edom. It says, she is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was not given any promise of mercy from the Most High, or from God.
There it is. Is there more over there?
That's it?
That's it. The only nation was not promised of any mercy. So if you're not getting any mercy, what's going to happen to your ass? You're going to be destroyed. Utterly trodden down, most desolate. That's you Edomites, man. Your fate is sealed. You silly fool. You can't change your fate. You can't change your fate. Doesn't matter how much running you try to do. Yeah, you can't. You beat Jeremiah 49:10. Because Esau, that's what the snake does. The snake tries to run and hide. We conquered the earth. We stole nationalities. So now we're going to sit back and we're going to hide ourselves. And you're going to sweep everything under the rug. This entire world was established upon lies. So of course the truth is going to just completely offset everything. There was no moon landing. Christopher Columbus didn't discover America. Some other ones. That the blacks, Latin, Native Americans are God's chosen people. You are not so-called white people.
Love everybody.
The Most High doesn't love everybody. Let's see, what's another one?
God wouldn't do that.
Any truth that's get brought out can completely just overthrow this society if it was to be accepted. Right? The vaccines, they don't make any sense. This whole pandemic doesn't make any sense. But if the truth was to come out, then everything will fall apart. Because you literally established this world upon lies. Completely upon lies.
Just to further prove that, the Lord left us clues, on how to tell who's who, and how to tell who the devil is. This is Genesis chapter 4 and verse 8. And Cain talked with Abel, his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel, his brother, and slew him. And the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? So he lied. And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth.
Yeah, a fugitive and a vagabond. And if you really just watch these Edomites, they are literal fugitives, man. Like, they got so much guilt upon them that when they see you, they're afraid, they're nervous, they don't know what type of attitude you have, they gotta smile at you. Because that's a defense mechanism, really.
Right.
They're always, I see it all the time. You got an Edomite that's surrounded by Jakes. That Edomite look terrified. Uncomfortable as hell. Only comfortable around, his people.
Lord always bring the sun, don't he?
Yeah. That's an Edomite for real. But yeah, these Edomites, they're literal fugitives. I've been watching these videos, man, of these cops and how they be harassing Jake they'll just be harassing Jake. You got all them examples of, they call them Karens, of harassing people like, you stole my phone. You got so many of those, and the Jake like, man, I ain't steal shit. But it's just like when they see you, they just feel the need to oppress you. There was a situation where a woman got jumped and mugged and she told the officers that a black guy robbed her. But then they got to checking the cameras. They said it wasn't no Jake. So then she got arrested. I said, that's a damn shame. You got your ass kicked. You got your ass kicked, black-eyed and mugged, but you still wanted to blame it on the Jake. Now tell me that ain't hate. You still wanted the Edomites to go and find up a random Jake and accuse him of and he was not guilty. That's hate, but there's just the idea of like we gotta continue to oppress them. You see, like we was talking, like I always say, man, we don't lose sleep. Esau loses sleep. We were talking about the chariots and how they continue to knock off the chariots. Like, oh well, we're still trying to figure out what they are, and they could be drones. How is the option of this being some type of foreign technology when it's proven that nobody on the planet Earth has any technology remotely close to what a chariot can do? And I saw two Jakes talking about it, and some good questions. The guy said, so how can we say that officially that these are things that's far beyond our comprehension? He's like, well, first of all, they move at a speed that's too fast for a human, because you have those what's those called when you ride those planes, jet waves or something.
Jet propulsion.
Not jet lag.
G-force.
G-force. And it's only so much. In fact, go ahead and Google that for me. That it basically, the human body can't withstand speeds at that rate. So there's no contraption that Boeing can come up with that can get a man, right, to survive that type of movement. They're basically saying. You got the definition.
It says, definition of G-force, the force of gravity or acceleration on a body.
Yeah. So, and I think, look up how many can a human withstand, or something like that. Because they was explaining, the first thing he mentioned was the speed and the G-forces. He said that a human person cannot withstand that type of speed of G-forces because the gravity.
And then when it exceeds a certain limit, the human pass out.
Yeah.
They can't handle that. Because I don't know how it works. I guess how the blood be moving and brain or something like that.
Oxygen and shit.
Yeah. Your brain will be moving back and forth. That's why some people pass out during roller coasters.
Yeah.
That's why you saw me having that little trainer thing, that little circle thing and stuff, people passing out and stuff. They want you to pass that and stuff just to be in the Air Force and stuff.
Yeah, you gotta withstand. Does it tell you how many a human can withstand?
It says, normal humans can withstand no more than 9 Gs. And even that for only a few seconds.
Yeah. And they were saying that those chariots, he's like, well, the chariots, first of all, they're moving at such a speed that if there was a pilot, they would not be able to withstand it. And then they went into other details like how fast it can move. There's no device that is able to move back and forth and defy the laws of gravity and stuff like that. They were saying that stuff. It was pretty interesting. I'm like, see, they're acknowledging that this is clearly beyond human capabilities, but yet they still won't even talk about the possibility of them being angels.
And especially without any jet propulsion system.
Yeah, no fuel, no gas.
Yeah, we ain't got no way to make it move like that without a jet propulsion.
Gas and gas.
Yeah, it says, just had it, hold on. It says the most G's a human has ever tolerated was a staggering 46.2 G's. This was accomplished by Air Force Officer John Stapp, only for a couple of seconds. So like, so basically, a G is, like I said, it's like your body feel twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times heavier than what it actually is. It's like that show Dragon Ball Z. He was training in like 100 times gravity. So like your body feel double. If you like 150 pounds, 2 G forces, they feel like 300 pounds, 4, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So 46 That's like 1,000 pounds on you.
You can basically almost die.
Crushed. You get crushed.
Because we got limitations. But the reason the man's a fugitive because it's clear as day that is beyond any human capability. But they still want to say, oh, it could be some type of foreign, technology. No, those are angels, man.
You guys got a little bit more. Verse 13. And Cain said unto the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth, and it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. And that's because he's
Guilty.
and he different from everybody else that Mark.
That's right.
And the Lord said,
he's the first recorded murderer. A fugitive and vagabond means you're always on the run. But these Edomites are always on the run. Why do you think they're oppressing truth nonstop? Because they're on the run. They know, like, you can't let the truth get out, otherwise, what the hell? How can we move on in a society where freedom of speech is allowed, where people are going to speak the truth? We can't allow the truth to be brought out.
Therefore, whoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken up on him sevenfold, and the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. And that's that leprosy, man. He the only person that has that mark of leprosy, and instead of the world looking at it like, okay, something fucked up with them because they look this way, they've been in a position of power. They turned it into, oh, we're the only one that look this way, so what's white is right.
Yep, and they tried to say that so-called black people, our skulls are different, which is, I forgot the name of that devil name, but he tried to justify slavery by saying that we are, since our body skeleton is different, that means that we are an inferior people. All the devil shit to try to justify putting us in slavery.
It wasn't Joanne Blumenbach, was it?
It was him. It was one of the little popular names. Let me see. Yeah. Was it Skeletals? What's the name of Study of the Skulls? I forgot. Let me see. Study of the Skulls. It's called Phrenology. His name was I forgot the devil's name. But there's articles on it, scientific racism and stuff like that. But regardless, they had to justify themselves and being special by trying to say everybody else is inferior, when really they're the inferior ones, and they know it. They wish they could look like us.
Yeah, that's right.
They wish they could move like us. They wish they could grow their hair like us. They wish they could dance like us. They just wish they had our complexion. Especially the women. Women are vain. They always in the mirror looking. These Edomites be having the worst acne, the worst skin. And they look at one of us and they're just like, I wish I could do that, because they're using chemicals after chemicals after chemicals. But our people just natural. Just wake up, go outside, go on the beach, chill. They like, well, I gotta prep. I gotta prep. AKA sunscreen, all that stuff. Can you get my back? All that. That ain't in that. Why would a Jake say that? Can you get my back? You ain't gotta apply no sunscreen, man.
Is it Samuel Morton?
No, that's another one. I mean, those were all good ones, but it's one in particular that.
Is it like an American name or?
Yeah, it's
Racist scientists built a collection of human skulls and say we should study them.
it doesn't matter. I'll tell you again. Yeah, Amos 9 and start at 8.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 9, verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahweh are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, said the Lord. For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in the sieve. Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say, the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old. That they may possess the remnant of Edom, and of all the heathen which are called by my name, said the Lord that doth this.
That's right. So we're going to possess the Edomites, and that's talking about their land. So if we're going to have their land in possession, that means we're also going to have them in possession. So
Right.
these are, and this is was envisioned by the prophets. Now Isaiah said he actually saw, you know what I'm saying, Yahushua committed a damn wine press in the land of Esau, Edom. And just because they're in it, because you got people that say, oh, which I'm pretty sure that argument died years ago. But about a decade ago, you had people out there saying that the Edomites are in Edom, they're Arabs, because the land of Basra and Esau today is over in the Middle East. But you got to understand, that is your land. You are the people. You are the people.
That's your inheritance.
That's who you are. All right, Jerusalem. That wasn't the name of Jacob, but that was our land. So when the Lord says, "Oh, thou Jerusalem," talking to the people. In fact, I can find that. I think that's in the book of Zechariah. Because the scriptures tell you.
I think that's the name of the scientist.